Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co host, Brian.
Hello.
We are here. This was a big one, everyone. This was the Love is Blind season 4 live ish reunion. Brian, we're not going to get into this reunion without addressing what literally the entire internet was talking about. If you haven't watched Love is Blind, I'm sure you know about it now because if you're on Twitter, you had to have seen the
Oh yeah.
reaction. Some all-time tweets. I mean, Twitter is always undefeated. The live reunion is supposed to start 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Brian, it is now 11:10 p.m. and it just finished for us.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it started 9:20
Started at
ish.
9:21, 9:22, an hour and 20 late. There is the infamous screen that we're working on it. Just hang in there. The Netflix was tweeting about it. Blockbuster stepped in and was tweeting about it. It was trolling them. Andy Cohen stepped in. Bravo's trolling. I mean, the entire internet jumped in. I mean, you look up at Billy Blinks. I was freaking out. If you go onto the Reality Guys TikTok channel, you could see me live with a couple of updates as the minutes ticked by and as it wasn't happening, and started praying to gods, asking if we were living in a simulation, if we could reset the code, like anything to get this reunion. All right, Brian, we get into the actual reunion itself. I do think it was overall a pretty good reunion.
I agree.
Um, Nick and Jessica at times, I think, leave some things to be desired. They haven't done a lot of these though, so I'm not going to sit here. I think the internet, you're going to see a lot of hate on that. I'm not going to sit here and really harp on them too bad. I want to kick it to you though, Bri. What was your main topic takeaway you want to start with, and we will run down the main points.
I think we got to really start with like the elephant in the room that Jackie didn't show up. I think that's like the major, like
Very good, Brian.
because look, I know people hate Irina, and she wasn't a great person on the show, but like at least she like came and like she took the body blow after body blow, and I mean I gotta respect her for that because it's you're about to get killed on there, and then that's why Jackie didn't come up. That's why she didn't come. Like exactly why she
Yeah,
didn't come. I don't want to hear any of these excuses. Like
the
not at
biggest,
all.
that's a fail. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm going to put it out there. It's a production failure. It's just like the live stream stuff. You have to have them. It is the whole reason that anyone was willing to watch this. And it was the whole reason that you kind of, I felt like in the marketing alluded that people were going to get answers. And it was because of this. This was the hot topic to come
Mhm.
back to. I'm sorry about like the Micah and Paul, but like, no one really cares that he said no. Like, we'll get to Micah and some of that stuff. But like, this was the reunion. The reunion was going to be Marshall versus Jackie. Did he call her this? Did she call him that? The screenshots of the text, the Mr. Steal Your Girl. Like, is he actually an a-hole or is he playing a character? Right? Like, all the stuff that we want to know. And we got none of it. We got none of
Yeah,
it, Brian. And they didn't
yeah,
even they barely mentioned it right off the top. And I was sick of tweeting and complaining. You number one thing that this ruined this reunion, it was the juice. We
yeah. The
squeezed
juice.
all season. It was the juice. It's just
They need to have it in a clause like when you next season, like if you're making it, you need to show up to the reunion. It's like all these other shows, like they're usually on there, I guess, for like we don't know why, but I don't know, man. You gotta have that in the writing. Like you get a bonus or something, like make it like worth attending, even if you're gonna get killed, like Irina was.
you just attend it because it's part of the contract. You don't get
Yeah,
paid until after that. I don't care. It's the same kind of crap that just happened if you're a Vanderpump Rules fan. I actually think we have a lot of crossover fans here. Stuff with the Sandoval, Scandoval stuff. Went on and did a podcast last week with Howie Mandel when like the reunion is coming and we haven't heard anything yet, but now we know some stuff that we wouldn't have known. And like, but Bravo didn't have anything to stop him from doing it in the contract. Like,
yeah, it's
what are
dumb.
we doing here, Brian? Like, we got better contracts here.
Yeah, you got to plan for, like you said, the juice. Like if you got to expect there's going to be juice, you need to like have something like you can't do any shows until this reunion. Like, I mean, I haven't gotten that far in the season to like know all. I obviously know the
Yeah.
scandal. I don't know the details, but like about the people on the show yet. But like you got to have that stuff in there. Like Jackie should have been there.
No,
It's just like
100%.
it's a
It would have
failure.
been
It's a failure.
it would have been everything. And I'm going to tell you the truth, Brian. Big reason why I was literally driving home down the Jersey Turnpike. And like when we got like 20 minutes, I'm driving and I was like, all right, with my wife, where we have to switch at 8 when it starts, but it doesn't start. We're like, okay. All right. And then she was like, Bill, we've been listening to this music for like 36 minutes. Can you please put like your audiobook back on or something? And I'm like, fine. And then I'm texting the group chat. You guys have to let me know when. Then Brian tells me Twitter's got it working. So I go on, it does start working, but it doesn't work for Brian. You notice Brett's not on the show. Brett still can't watch it.
Yeah, right. So I actually brought an iPad into bed with Presley and I had that just silent, and we turned on Outer Banks to pass the time. She actually went to sleep. She couldn't make it, so she didn't see it.
So I mean, Netflix did put a tweet out there about like, hey, sorry if you planned your afternoon, stayed up late, got up early. It was bad. It was bad, but we want to keep going, I guess, with the thing. You mentioned Irina. I thought she said she took the body blow as well. Zack, I felt held himself pretty good. I mean, the meanest thing he said to her was like, "You came on the show to be famous." Yeah,
I mean, didn't they all? I mean,
no. I mean, I don't think he did really, right?
Nah, but like it's in the back of your mind. It's like the same thing with The Bachelor. Like you go on The Bachelor, you could be The Bachelor. Like it's in the back of your mind that it's a possibility that you.
Anybody that says that they don't go on reality TV to get famous is set baloney, Brian, baloney. Like Judge Judy would say, and still does say. She has an Amazon show. But
do you hate? I came away like not. I didn't really hate her to begin with. Like she did some really crappy things, but I don't hate her like as much as like other people do.
Like she said, she probably shouldn't went on the show. She wasn't mature enough for it. She wasn't ready. She wasn't into the guy that she picked, and she could have just dealt with it and said it. Instead, she did all the weird stuff and the honeymoon and the weird text and the pillow talk and she made it. Trust me. Look, I think she got it way worse than like anyone else could give it. Like the internet took care of that already. Like,
yeah. And we didn't even know about Jackie yet. So I mean, like it kind of got overshadowed. But I can't wait to see her on Perfect Match. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Okay. One nice thing I do want to mention as we transition out of there, Zack did mention, he said the only receipts that you should care about was the one I shared on my Instagram story today. So I did look, it's a pin post on his Instagram. You look into it. It's kind of just like basically the story of like his mom and like how they reconnected. And it is, there is some stuff in there that talks about like homelessness and drug addiction and stuff like that. But it's actually a really nice read. I read it. It's probably like 5, 6, 7 Instagram slides. They probably typed it out on like a note. Really nice. So I actually did like that the message they said, at the end of the day, if you want to have any receipts that we're going to talk about here, like let's talk about those receipts. And he called the post like receipts as well. So it makes sense when you get there. So I would recommend everyone watching this to go check him out, follow him on Instagram. If you literally type in Zack, Z-A-C-K right now, it's like the number one guy that pops up, funny enough. So you can find it pretty easily. All right. So we should talk about, I guess, the Paul Micah walk away. That dude talks around a lot of shit, man.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to be nice.
Right? I think he is trying to be nice.
I think he's trying to just say, like, I don't think you're a serious person. I don't vibe with you. I don't like your friends. And I don't think, and I think he did mean what he said. I think he thinks that she wouldn't be a good mom. It's a crappy thing to say to her. It doesn't mean it's actually true, but that's like the vibe he was getting. And whatever, dude, just say like that's how I felt. Like I don't understand all that. We spent so much time listening to that dude say nothing.
Honestly. I mean, he probably doesn't want to be like killed on the internet, which I get. But I mean, I thought Mike was full of shit a lot of the season, and I just don't buy any of her. Like just when she didn't say anything for so long, I was like, is she still here? And then she like has the pause. Like if people are siding with her, like you can come at me, but I just think it's an act.
Yeah, then they were like, can we just not with the hate? She's like, I just found out some of this stuff 3 days ago. It's like, yeah, but it was a year ago. Like I thought it was over. We haven't
like miss me with that. Miss me.
They dated afterwards too. I don't have any sympathy anymore when you find out you just dated a little bit more too. Like you guys tried it even more and it was just wasn't there. They mentioned the practicality. She was going back to Phoenix. He's probably like, okay, let's date a little bit. She's like, oh, I'm going back to Phoenix. It's like, all right, well,
cool. Yeah, that's a person I thought would want to go on there to be famous. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do. Perfect match incoming for her too, by the way.
Oh yeah. Let me see what else I want to talk about as far as let's Brett. They were good. Brett and Tiffany.
They didn't have a lot of screen time, but they're not really neat. Like they're just too good.
They're
Like they're
nice.
just
They're great
yeah.
people. I like their
Mhm.
little home
Mhm.
video. Like they're cool. Like I'm vibing with them. I'm honestly vibing with the Owl twins. You know, they're cool. Like hoot away their whole time. Have little baby owls. Like they're cool. And honestly, Kwame, this
I'm
is what I
shocked by
really want to
Kwame.
bring up. Kwame and Chelsea, and there's a lot of stuff that came out on Instagram this week, and they addressed it a little bit here. Like, and they kind of took the high road a little bit, but they took some subtle shots of production, right? Like he's like, my name's Alex Kwame. I went by like Alex for a while because I wanted to not like to try to even portray the experience and give away like my ethnicity in any
Mhm.
way. But he's like, I made a sentence where I said, my name is Alex Kwame and I'm very proud of my name. And they cut out, he's like, I'm not sure where they cut that part out. And he like kind of gave the look. It's like,
Yeah.
they were trying to make it like a, yeah, it's just like the producer. I love this show, Brian, but the finale and like kind of some of the reaction here from the cast is that like there was some real sloppy edits, I feel like made a little bit this season.
Yeah, there was actually a couple comments on our last video that people were saying that they thought the season was like really edited. And it seems like they're right because like you said, the cast is upset about it. I'm not shocked they're still together. I thought Kwame was another one who's full of shit, but I guess
Yeah.
he's not.
Listen, again, other things too. Like, it's funny what they want to make a story out of. Brett apparently lives in Portland too. Not even ever
Right. It just
mentioned.
didn't matter because they're fine.
Well, but apparently so were Chelsea and Kwame. Apparently they were good to also update on them. So one thing that I said I really wanted to know last week, she has met the mother. Apparently all
Yep.
good. She hangs out with the family. Like the other thing to the father of we were talking about the other one.
Zack and Bliss.
Yeah, Bliss's father is going to pay for the honeymoon that they're going to go on in Panama, so he seems to be on board. So it seems like, I mean, for the couples that are together, it seems like right now the three of them could possibly all be three couples that legit stay
Yeah,
together.
it's very possible. Definitely.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I mean it's good for the show. Like we want the show to continue. It's fun to review.
Um, Speaking of fun to review, we did get the full trailer for season 2 of the Ultimatum, Brian. Now, this is a show we
Yeah,
loved. Now, look, this one is a different vibe, right? I mean, it's called the Ultimatum, what, Queer Love?
something like that.
Yeah, so this is an all gay season for the Ultimatum. Comes out, I think it's at like May 26th, something like that. That should be right around Memorial Day weekend. I feel like that might be Memorial Day weekend. So it's gonna be an interesting twist. I'd like to see maybe even too, like if we could possibly get anybody else on with us for it. But regardless, Brian and I will be there. Brian, look, not for
Ah,
nothing. Remember, we did those episode by episode reviews that first couple of weeks, and we had some of the craziest moments ever on the channel.
right. And my only hesitation about this is because Argue the One did 8 great seasons, and then they did the all gay cast, and it makes it too complicated when there's like as a viewer where you can just like there's anybody can be with anybody. Like I don't know. I'm
Okay,
hoping that
no, I
maybe
didn't think of it like that.
that's my
I didn't
only
think of it
hang
like
up with
that.
it
See, you're right
because
because like it's usually like bringing in individuals to say tempt that specific
right
person, but like it's like a free for all.
anybody can do it. It just kind of like I guess here it's not like a competition game show where you're trying to like
Yeah, yeah,
make a connection like where you're picking a perfect match like Are You the One was, but like I don't know. That's just my only hang up with it because I don't
you're
know.
right.
I mean,
Great point.
I love that show. I mean, we're gonna be there watching it.
Also, the are the Lachey's on the way out? Like, what's happening? They're not
Nah,
hosting it.
they're probably just like the CEOs now. Got an
So they are
underling
literally
to
Thanos and like
yeah.
that chick, whoever's hosting it's like Loki. Okay, all right.
Uh, yeah, or the soul. They're Galactus. She's the Silver Surfer.
The Herald,
If
Herald of the
anybody's a
Lacheyverse.
comic book fan, that's what it is.
The Herald of the
Yeah.
Lacheyverse. Look, everyone, thank you, everyone, because this has been an awesome season for us. The community, you have been awesome, helped kind of grow our presence. We always appreciate when you guys show out in force. The Lacheyverse is strong. Don't bother trying to copyright it. We're way ahead of you. Check out, like I said, we're going to cover the Ultimatum, but go back and see everything else we cover. We do cover all the Netflix shows, like we talked about the Lacheyverse. So we do have a Perfect Match. We do have outside Lacheyverse, like the Circle. And we cover things outside of Netflix in general. We kind of started off with The Bachelor. We also cover things like Survivor, The Amazing Race. We dabble in things like The Challenge, things like The Traitors that were on this year. Shows this summer, like Claim to Fame season 2 will be back. We will actually have on the channel Big Brother coverage. Brett, Kevin, some others will be taking care of that. Also look out for the shows that are, we love being Brian, especially the dating trashy love shows. So things like 90 Day Fiance, Married at First Sight, Farmer Wants a Wife,
F Boy Island,
F Boy Island, which is coming back, and F Girl Island. So a lot of things for you guys to follow. We will be here. There's usually a video every day. Make sure you hit the alert button so you always know what's coming up. And like I said, check out our TikTok. We kind of fill in the blanks. Oh, Below Deck. Yes. Don't forget about Below Deck. We love Below Deck. Below Deck sailing right now. So that'll get us probably almost all the way through the summer. So that'll be pretty interesting. But until our next video that we hope you join us on, thank you again, and peace.